Hi everyone, welcome to the IQ Movie channel, and in this video we will discuss the latest Fast and Furious 9 film, The Fast Saga, telling about Dom's past when his father died on the race track, which later became the biggest threat to the world and also Dom's life in the future, and the threat is none other than his own brother. In 1989, seen a man who was following a race on a track. He was Dom's father named Jack Toretto. There, Dom also helped his father win the race with his younger brother, Jacob. While stopping, Dom reminds his father Jack to be careful with the opponent's car behind him. After the car was repaired, Jack then continued his race. But suddenly a speeding car from behind hit the back side of Jack's car until it rolled over and then burst into flames. Dom, who saw it, could not do anything. He could only cry over the death of his father along with the car that was destroyed. After the race is over, Dom and Jacob then go to the garage to pick up the rest of his father's stuff. There Jacob sees Hyder, the man who hit his father in the race. Jacob was emotional and wanted to hit him. Suddenly Dom came to stop him and told Hyder to leave the place. But because most of the foul, finally Dom beat Hyder to a pulp using a wrench. Then Dom was arrested by the police and thrown in prison. There, Jacob looked nervous. He could only see his brother's Dom being detained. While in detention, Dom works to repair cars. From conversations with other prisoners there, Dom knows that the car's engine can be set to explode. Instantly he remembered that the last time he held a car engine at a race was his younger brother Jacob. After getting out of prison, Dom immediately looked for Jacob. There Dom accuses him of being the cause of his father's death. Then Dom challenges Jacob to a race with a bet who loses must go forever. Dom managed to beat Jacob, then chased him away and never came back. Turning to the current Dom, he lives peacefully in the countryside with little Brian and his wife Letty. While repairing the tractor, suddenly from a distance a car came. Dom and Letty took weapons just in case, but it turned out that the ones who came were old friends, Roman, Tej, and Ramsey. They brought a news of the crash of Mr. Nobody's plane which was hijacked by his treacherous men. Inside the plane there is a very dangerous cargo, as well as a prisoner named Cypher who was captured by Mr. Nobody before. They invite Dom to participate in this mission, but Dom refuses to come. That night Letty decides to go help his team. Dom looks still doubtful. Then Dom looks back at the video earlier. In the video Dom sees the exact same necklace as his. Now that Dom was sure this had something to do with Jacob, he changed his mind and went to come along. They also left for Montequinto, where Mr. Nobody's plane crashed. They had to get there quickly because it was a very dangerous military zone. After arriving at the location of the plane, it turned out that there they did not find anything, not even human corpses were seen. Then Ramsey opens a safe where the SOS signal comes from and only finds a strange object that neither of them know about. Suddenly military troops came shooting at them all, so there was a shootout between them. Dom and the others fled, but Roman left alone and was surrounded by military forces, and he managed to survive after incapacitating them one by one. On the other hand, there was a chase between the Dom team and the military troops. They had no other choice. In the end they were forced to go through a path filled with many landmines. They had to go as fast as they could to get past the mine before it exploded. Seen one by one the military troops' cars were destroyed by the explosion of mines. On the hill someone was seen watching them. Dom and his team finally managed to get out of the minefield by veering onto the oil palm path. When Dom and Letty continued to drive, suddenly two cars appeared chasing them. Letty lost quickly until she was dropped and bounced onto Dom's car. The strange object that was brought by Letty fell and was immediately picked up by someone who had been watching them from the top of the hill. Turns out it was Jacob, Dom's brother. Dom immediately chased Jacob towards the border, but the military troop car continued to chase, followed by a helicopter that shot them. Tej and the others managed to cross the border using a collapsed bridge, while Jacob jumps into a ravine where he is caught by a drone. Because the bridge had collapsed, Dom was desperate to hit the rest of the bridge pylons and jump into the ravine. The bridge rope tied to the car tire and swung it across. On the plane they were all wondering who Jacob was. They were all shocked after Letty explained that Jacob was Dom's younger brother. Now Jacob has returned to headquarters to meet his friend named Otto. There he had also detained the Cypher. Jacob explained that he had managed to get half of Ares and asked Cypher to trace the whereabouts of the other half through Mr. Nobody's main driver, and after being tracked it turned out that he was in a building in Edinburgh, England. On the other hand, Dom and his team headed for the Caspian Sea. They arrived at one of Mr. Nobody's underground hideouts. There was also Mia, who was Dom's younger sister. She was back with the team because this was all about her own brother, Jacob. Then there Ramsey explains that the strange object is called Ares, a super advanced tool for controlling the world that can be used to start a nuclear war. But Ares can't be activated without the key. They get information that the Ares key has something to do with Han's death. Then Dom divides his team for separate missions. Letty and Mia go to Tokyo to look for Han's information. Roman and Tej are going to German Cologne to look for spare parts, and Dom is going to his dad's best friend Buddy for information on Jacob. Long story short, Dom arrived at Buddy's place. Dom asked where Jacob was, but Buddy didn't know for sure because he knew Jacob was in London. On the other hand, Letty and Mia are already in Tokyo. There they both suspect a place related to Hans. When they went inside, they were attacked by Otto's men, so there was a great fight between them. Seen a woman helping them. Her name is Elle. When Letty hit one of the people, he fell out of the window too. Down there, several other people came to gang up on Letty, but from a distance someone saved him by shooting those people. It turned out that he was Hans, who apparently wasn't dead. On the other hand, Roman and Tej have arrived in Cologne, Germany. They meet friends Dom, Twinkie, Ding Dong and Snowball. But they were shocked when they saw a Pontiac Fiero car mounted on a rocket engine. The car was then pitted against a jet race. The three of them were happy because the car was still intact, but eventually exploded too.
Still in one piece.
Now that Dom has arrived in London, he meets Queen, who is stealing diamonds, and he escapes with Queen in a car. Dom asked him where Jacob was. Behind there the police continued to chase, then Queen took Dom to where Jacob was. Their Otto prevented Dom from entering. Dom didn't care, he kept going inside and met Jacob. In there Jacob gave Dom a choice, so he should go and never come back like Dom had done for him before. There they were both pointing guns at each other. Suddenly Interpol troops ordered by Otto came to arrest him, because Dom had entered his embassy illegally and caused a riot. In the Interpol car, it turns out that they are all old friends of Dom, then Dom is released. Turning to Edinburgh, there Ramsey tracks Jacob's biometric fingerprint and finds out if Jacob is around to steal half of the other Ares. Roman and Tej also find out where Jacob is. Suddenly Ramsey's computer equipment went awry. Roman suspects two people there as the culprit. Roman and Tej immediately beat them both. And sure enough, the contents of the car was a huge electromagnetic that messed up the signal there with some of Otto's men inside. They were eventually arrested. On the other side, Dom saw Jacob running off the roof skating. Dom immediately chased him using a car. As for Ramsey, he followed Otto into the expedition car, which turned out to be Roman, and Tej was being held in it. In the car, Roman and Tej fight and manage to knock out Otto's men. Ramsey, who is not good at driving, ends up hitting the Otto car from behind. Dom is still chasing Jacob. When he reaches the roof of the building, Dom jumps and knocks Jacob down so he doesn't run away. There was a bit of a fight between Dom and Jacob, but Jacob managed to escape. Dom chased after Jacob again. Then dropped Jacob right on top of Ramsey's truck. Then Jacob ran away again using someone else's car, while Dom chased with Ramsey's car. During the chase, Ramsey uses the magnet in his car to catch Jacob and take him to their hiding place. On the other hand, Otto managed to return to his base. He was looking for 50 elite soldiers to help free Jacob. At the hideout, Mia and Letty bring Hans and Elle there. Everyone is shocked and happy because Hans is still alive. Hans tells his story. After Gissel's death, he was asked by Mr. Nobody to steal Ares in a scientist's house. He manages to steal, but someone else there kills both of ELL's parents to get Ares. Hans, who can't bear to leave Elle alone, helps save Elle. Then Mr. Nobody engineered Hans' death to get rid of the traces. From that story, Dom realized that Elle was the key to activate Ares. But suddenly the alarm sounded. Otto and his 50 elite troops arrive to free Jacob. There Jacob reveals the truth to Dom, that in the past his father asked Jacob to blow up his car engine so that his father could die and be free from debt, and Jacob was asked not to tell this to Dom. Then Jacob and Otto left with Elle with them. When Otto's troops are few left, then Ramsey and Tej activate the electromagnetic and draw all their weapons. Then Dom and his team fled, but Dom, who lived behind, locked the exit and tried to block the Otto troops so that all his friends managed to escape. There Dom beat them all alone with difficulty. Dom had fallen but managed to get back up, until finally the place was destroyed and Dom fell under the water. When drowning, Dom recalls his past when his father was still alive. There he also saw the truth that it was true that his father's death had been planned by his own father with the help of Jacob. Then Letty came to save the drowning Dom. After that they regrouped and thought of their next strategy to stop Jacob. Roman and Tej are getting ready according to plan, using a car that has been equipped with a jet engine. They will fly into space to reach the satellite first. After reaching sufficient altitude, the car was released and flew towards orbit in outer space, and they made it to orbit. Jacob, on the other hand, has activated Ares and launched a rocket into orbit to send his signal around the world. Meanwhile, Ramsey, Letty and Dom chase Jacob's car group to stop Ari's connection and free Elle. But the problem is that Jacob's group is being closely escorted by armored troop cars. In the car, Jacob, who knows the presence of the Dom team, then orders his troops to destroy them. Dom performs his action by activating the electromagnetic waves that he installed in the car, so he can fight and defeat the escort cars with ease. Likewise with Letty, they all used electromagnetic waves to paralyze the escort car, followed by Hans and Mia, who began to act to save Elle and defeat the two troops that were there. In the big car, Otto betrays Jacob by saying that there is a problem with the satellite. Jacob went to the roof of the car to check. It turned out that Jacob had been lied to and someone was waiting to kill him. Now Otto is working with the cipher that has been released. Jacob then fought the person, but Jacob was overwhelmed by it. Suddenly Dom saw his younger brother Jacob was fighting with his own army. Dom knew that Jacob had been betrayed by Otto. Jacob fell, then Dom saved him and was helped by Mia to hold on. Then Jacob got into Hans' car and drove away. On the other hand, Dom and Letty want to stop the big car, with an electromagnetic signal hitting all the cars that are there into the big car, but still the big car can't be stopped. Then Dom had the idea of turning the big car upside down so it could be hacked down from under, and that would require two cars, but Letty couldn't help because he was fired upon by the arriving cops. Jacob suddenly came to help Dom. Now Dom is working with Jacob to turn the car around, even though it failed. Finally Dom and Jacob managed to overturn the big car. Then Dom and Ramsey went in there to deactivate the Ares connection. In outer space, Roman and Tej, who are already near the satellite, can't reach it because their electromagnetic machine won't work. Because there was no more time, they finally decided to crash the satellite by using up their last gas to return to Earth. The satellite was destroyed. Finally Ares has stopped completely, but it's not over yet. Suddenly came a drone controlled by a cipher. Dom then threw explosives to overturn the car and managed to drive it back. Then the cipher wants to eliminate them by firing missiles. Seeing the missile coming towards him, Dom had no other choice than turned the car with all his might. Dom got out of there, then the back of the car hit the drone cipher plane and shattered into pieces. Dom and Jacob are now getting along again. Seeing that, Mia was very happy. Then Jacob went into his life, leaving them all. In space, Roman and Tej are rescued by other astronauts who at first thought they were minions. After all, they all gathered to have a dinner party together. When everyone gathered at the dining table, it turned out that there was still one more person who had not yet arrived. Not long after, a blue car came in. Who do you think it is? Is it Jacob or Brian who is still alive? Please write in the comments column. And that's the end of the Fast and Furious 9 movie this time. Hope you guys are entertained with the plot of the film this time. Subscribe to this channel to get updates on other interesting movie plots from this channel and see you in the next video.